Hail Burp, sitting there. Hello. Lovely to see you. And I'm talking to you. Here for the podcast on Wednesday. If you're in Melbourne, it is miserable out there, but it's joyous in here. If you're in Spain, as I read some people are, must be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, mate.
How you going?
So good, thank you. Thank you for asking. How are you?
What would you like behind you in the set?
I think it would be funny to get me and Paddy and like more producers, like get Lucy in here, several people into a tiny little booth, a little producer booth, like on the Rude Friends podcast.
Bobby and
Andrew Centino.
And now for the first time, let's look at Marnie's background. Marnie, hello.
Hello.
Have a look at that background. You got the Richmond flag, you got the Carlton Guernsey, you got the footy sign.
Perfect. All my favourite teams.
Greg says I should change the colours to Gold Coast Suns colours because we're playing Essendon. Should I do that?
Sure. Or you might just make it.
Why don't you make it Essendon then?
Why not?
Father?
How are you going to light the back wall in black, Marnie?
Black colour.
Oh, look at that. We've just had an art department come in and set design for Tom. That looks like this.
I want Essendon stuff.
Look at Tom.
Yeah, you actually said you were gonna.
Look at that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let it hang off one.
sorry. I forgot.
Paddy, I'm just going to, for a little joke, just quickly make Gold Coast Suns colours.
Dad's given us $5. Says Bombers to cause an upset over the Suns.
Well, that's actually good. Now it looks like evil Marnie.
Yeah, evil Marnie. So now we have red for Marnie and gold for Broden.
Oh, look, it's red and blue, that shot now. How good. Yeah, I'm down for this. I don't mind.
No, this was just a little Gold Coast Suns joke.
No, I like it.
Now I'll move it back to our traditional sash colour. That's nice, Pad.
Yeah, it's okay.
Shall we I'll just do 30 seconds of reading things.
Yeah, do it.
Greg throwing cash around.
Thank you, Greg.
Adrian.
Dad.
West Capast upset at Optus this weekend. You heard it here first.
Who do they play?
They play.
They have got Giants.
Oh.
You heard it here
Big
first.
call. Okay.
That's a huge call.
Patey said,
Okay, Adrian.
wear your primary colours to work day. James wrote, what tattoo is Dad getting? Now you're Dad and I'm getting a tattoo, so I don't.
Yeah, we haven't just really decided, have we?
Salmon or watermelon? Too high, Paddy. That's people talking about your scarf.
Scarf, yeah, too high.
And the Tigers. That Paddy is good. Keep it. That lighting is good, not that Paddy is good.
That Paddy is good. Keep him.
That's on the
We want chili pilly. We want chili pilly. That's James. We need some.
What's a
Geelong.
chili pilly?
Well, it's a reference to The Simpsons.
Oh, I see.
So when Red Hot Chili Peppers played at Moe's Tavern,
Did they?
Is someone talking? Why is everyone talking about watermelons?
I don't know.
Those massive gimmicky watermelons, flavourless melon. Why
think
is
it's
everyone
different.
Probably
talking
because
about-
we're all drinking watermelon juice.
The colour of the red maybe was the suggestion.
Are we the melons?
I thought we're drinking flavourless watermelon lightly sparkling, so that makes sense. Both of us are.
And Barney says, we want Chili Willy. He's the only crowd member at the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Right, I
There you
see.
go. We want Chili Pilly. That's funny. Sorry to just go back.
No, it's a very good joke. Oh, my shirt's a watermelon joke.
Oh, okay.
Watermelon or because the
Really?
primary colour.
Oh, is your shirt watermelon or salmon? Right, I get it.
Right, I would call it salmon usually.
It's definitely, that is not watermelon. It's
no,
so
but
light.
perhaps
On screen it looks-
perhaps on screen.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you
Well, yeah.
Who are you dressed by?
Today, dressed by Johnny Big,
Ooh.
believe it or not.
Top to bottom?
Yeah, top to bottom. Socks, perhaps not.
Do you know the jumper brand? You don't
This is
know.
pretty groovy, pretty wintry, pretty groovy.
Oh, subtitled. And I'm wearing a jumper from Messina,
Is it?
the ice cream place.
I really like that. That's really cool. If I was to buy merch in a company, it would be Messina for sure. I like their ice cream.
Shall we?
Yeah, sure. I'm ready when you are.
July 3rd. The financial year has begun. You can get your taxes in. You can go to the footy for a full round without a bye, which means it's time to...
Bounce that pill.
Nice stuff. G'day, folks. Welcome to the Footy with Marns on this Thursday, July 3rd. I hope the financial year is treating you well so far. How's your financial year, Marnie?
I don't know. I'm a bit worried about doing my taxes.
Yeah, you don't need to do them yet.
Yeah.
You can wait. I think they prefer that if you go through an accountant.
Yes, I think I might have to.
How about you? You done your taxes?
No, I usually wait till May 30th. Usually have a payable, so wait till next year, May 30, which is usually when I get an extension till. You?
Well, I'm an ABN holder, so I now need to invoice quarterly.
Quarterly. So you're doing quarterly BAS statements.
Yeah, they tell you got to do it.
And you registered for GST now too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole
nasty
thing.
business, that.
The amount it draws on my life and my life force is heavy. But I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's the way. Big week of footy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Marnie, I don't know if you listened to our Monday show, but we did start on a negative note when we went through this round and just said that every game is bad. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Because, oh my goodness, every game in the round that was just passed?
No,
or
that's coming up.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
All blowout one-siders.
Okay. Well,
Except for one or two.
We'll find out.
I think we can bring hope and joy to the round is what I think.
Yeah.
For round 17.
Yeah, I think so.
Would we say we're on the home stretch?
Oh, is it 24 rounds this year?
I mean, absolutely fuck no. When I'm not done until, the AFLW Grand Finals November 29.
Yeah.
It is so long away.
That's a very good point.
We're near the end. I guess we're near the home stretch of the men's regular.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've passed the bye rounds. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank the Lord.
Thank God.
I still don't believe that the buys are over. I think they'll sneak one on me somehow.
Well, I mean, the finals bye will have a game in it. So technically, yes, there's one more bye to go.
Marnie, did you want to talk about the reel we just shot?
Oh, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
Oh,
I don't know what got into me. It's just
You had great energy.
over-enthusiastic.
Yeah.
I'll explain it. So what happened was, and go and check it out. But we were going to do. People loved Tom and I kicking the footy back to each other in between an expensive printer and expensive lights.
Yeah, correct.
Did huge numbers for us. They've never seen numbers this big. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we were like,
I was
let's.
the top comment.
But the top comments were, "Where's Marnie?" Essentially, "Where's Marnie?" And you were the top comment attacking my age, saying an
Our
old
age.
because I said I'm a man in his mid-30s, and she
Well, we're
said
mid-30s, aren't we?
I'm 36.
Yeah.
But I think Marnie believes that to be old.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Haggard.
Yeah. I have two children.
Weathered.
I mean,
Haggard and wizened, not wizard. And so we thought, let's do one with Marnie today because people were like, it would be good if Marnie was doing this. So we did it. I kicked the footy to Marnie. Marnie pretty quickly, got the ball, dropped it right on the old shoe, smashed into our roof.
so hard it left
a mark.
It left a permanent mark on our roof.
I genuinely felt really bad, but also because everyone was really quiet around me. And I thought I was in trouble.
At first, I had a lot of tension, and then 2 seconds in, I was like, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Also because Beck, who's producer Beck, I was like, she was literally fixing something downstairs as I walked in. And now I've just put a mark on the roof.
But I didn't know your power. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah, and enthusiasm.
I don't know why I did that.
The alt was, I'm glad you did that. And you know why? Because right as we rolled, Marnie said to me, should I tackle Broden? I said, yes. So I'm glad you put that energy to kicking the ball into the roof,
Instead
not
of
to tackling Broden.
Imagine if I just charged at him.
I wonder what I would have done. Or maybe my defense instinct would have kicked in.
I think so. That would have been so funny. Imagine if you palmed me
Just gone
off.
full Byron Pickett. But I will say, though, that you are obviously over the hill to play AFL professionally.
I wonder why I've never been drafted.
Haggard. But you are in the right window for an NFL kicker. Mm-hmm. And you smash that ball into the roof. So you could go and do like a Ben Graham post-AFL career.
You know who needs a fucking kicker? The New South Wales Blues.
Yeah.
There you go.
My God, we would have won that second game had they managed to convert any of those tries.
When is the third game?
Oh, one of these Wednesdays coming up.
Impending.
Impending.
Well,
Oh, I think next week because one of my bosses is flying to Sydney for it, and I was like, "Can I take me?"
is it in Sydney, the third one?
Yes, how good, and also because Blues are going to win. I'm pretty confident.
You were pretty confident last week too. Or the week before.
It would be so fun. Can we do the footy with Broden Kelly Origin special in Sydney?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that'd be very.
We'll just
good for
we just
that.
walk up, get some tickets. Actually, would it be sold out?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Suncorp, it was sold out for the Queensland home.
I don't want to ruin the surprise also, but I do need to say that as we record this, there is a Haven't You Done Well Grouse House shoot happening downstairs, and I can hear a performer screaming at full volume. So if I get distracted, it's because of that.
Yeah.
So I apologize.
Who is
it? It's Mark. But that's all I'll say for now.
I
It's
couldn't
a
notice
surprise.
it before, and now it's the only thing I can notice.
Yes. So, Marnie,
Yeah.
I hope everyone's ready. Before you turn on Peter Hitchner, before you turn on Peter Mitchell, before you turn on any of your news, it's time to get your news first from Chief Football Correspondent Marnie Vinall with the news. Hit it. I just got to say very quickly as well, thank you for all of the wonderful and unanimous support on the bun stuff. It was good to put Tom in his place on that, and we really appreciate it. Marnie.
I haven't seen any visual evidence of anyone supporting Broden.
Oh, it's beautiful. Everyone agrees. Everyone agrees. But Marnie, what's the news?
I think we should start with West Coast hero, champion, honorary 2018 Australian of the Year in many people's eyes. Dom Sheed has announced his retirement from football after, unfortunately, a horrible run of injuries, including an ACL this season, but 165 games and the 2018 Premiership hero.
Yes. Congrats to Dom Sheed on a very good career. Do you remember watching that game?
Oh my goodness, I do, because I was with one Ashley Tam who goes for Collingwood, and I had to take her home and put on Harry Potter afterwards. She was very upset.
Oh.
I was backing for Collingwood that day as well, I think, and I thought they were going to win.
Yeah, one of my mates is a West Coast fan, and he was so stressed he had to go into the backyard and couldn't watch the last quarter.
I had as my favourite grand final I've been to, I think.
Oh, wow.
It was last minute. I was just sitting at home in Brunswick. I decided to go to the game at late. I got in an Uber. It didn't charge me for some reason. I think it was when you used to be able to do Uber Split, and it didn't charge me at all. I got to the game. I was like, there's going to be no seats. I walk in. Someone gave me a seat
What?
ticket because I used to work there. And then I went up to the seat surrounded by Collingwood fans. I put the radio on in my ear. I sat there and watched it without moving for the whole game. The Collingwood fans were violent because they were up early in this game.
Yeah.
They got ahead very early, but the commentators were saying, but West Coast is playing better, and it was just a matter of time before they came back. The cheers squad banner fell apart in the wind before the game, and Bucks went up to the crying Collingwood cheer squad and was like consoling them, and I was like, he's a good bloke.
Yeah.
And I remember when Dom Sheed kicked it and it was going through, I just went, oh! It compelled out of me. And then looking at all the videos and the slow motions of it, seeing the Pies fans like screaming into his ear as he lines up and then kicking it, it's such a cool moment. And what a cool thing to take with you, hey?
One of my favorite things was in our live shows last year when we were in Perth. You directed the crowd, and the whole crowd just chanted the names of the players that the ball travelled to. It was so cool.
It would start with McGovern, who's also retired, and then it went to Liam Ryan, or is there someone in between that?
I don't remember.
I'm not going to know, but that crowd knew.
Yeah, that crowd
and
knew well.
Liam Ryan handballed it off to someone who handballed to Sheed, who did not play on, by the way. But then, as one steady kick to another, did you? How good? It was fantastic.
Had to be inch perfect.
Yes, congrats, Dom Sheed, on a wonderful career.
And if he hadn't kicked that, he would have retired on 68 goals.
Wow, there you go.
What a hero.
What a hero. What's next?
Seeing as we mentioned Bont a lot last week, we better mention that Tim Tom, oh my God, I'm going to re-say that.
I was like, he's got a brother?
My brain is a little mushy. Tom Liberatore plays 250 games this week.
Oh, wow.
Did you watch the clip the Bulldogs put out of Bontempelli being mic'd up? I would love if they did that to Libba. They probably won't. No. But it would be so fun.
What was the Bont one?
Oh, I just love it. They just mic the players up during games. And obviously, it's a highly editized version. Bulldogs are only putting out the clips that they want to put out. but I love it. I love hearing game day from the players, and also because he's mic'd up, so you can only hear him. You can't hear all the other players, and it's so strange to hear someone's like isolated vocals like that.
Yeah,
in such like
a lot of this. Johnny.
Yeah.
Yes. He was going to come on this show like a year or two ago. He was fully locked in, and then he did his calf on the day, I remember.
Yeah.
And then I've never bothered to. I don't want to bother him, but also I don't think he loves talking.
No, I don't think so.
He loves owning pubs and getting tats, but gun. Absolute gun. Did you see that other footage today from the doggies of the photo shoot with Beveridge and the AFLW player?
Yes. So I said on this potty that one of the reasons I love Bevo so much is because he genuinely loves, well, I don't know if he loves, but he gets around the AFLW team. Like he supports them. Like Tam Hyatt was in the his coaching box, who's the AFLW coach the other day. Like it's cool.
He
like
fully is clearly
he's
around him.
fully
Yeah.
Invested in that W team, and I don't think that you can say that about many of the men's coaches.
With the one of the players is behind him in this photo shoot. I don't know. Muir.
What's her full name? Muir. Lalawifi?
Yeah, I can't.
Yes, that sounds.
Lalawifi.
I get it wrong. Ex-Carlton player.
But she starts doing his hair and like putting it into a mohawk, and it's a guy who like I've never seen calm or like never like every time I see Beveridge, he looks like he's on the verge of like losing his nut, like a scary vice principal of a school.
Walks the edge for sure.
And he's just sitting there like copying this person doing his hair. It's very funny and I enjoyed it a lot.
You're very like puppy dog vibes.
Yeah, it was a nice vibe. I was like, that's good. That's peak Bulldog vibes.
Can I mention a pet hate of mine?
Yeah.
If you were getting your photos done, take the gum out of your mouth. Oh my God.
But it's like, you won't see them chewing, will you?
You fucking can. I've sworn so much today. I apologize.
That's a good, I'm here for it.
It just made me very mad when I see like on photo days and you've got your mouth open because you're like smiling or cheering or something and you can see the gum in the players' mouths.
Fair enough.
Gives me the ick. Talking about ick. Tom Lynch has been suspended for 5 matches.
Yeah,
surprisingly, Richmond will not be appealing.
Because he went straight to tribunes, didn't he?
Yeah, pretty clear-cut case, this one. Happy with 5 weeks?
Yeah, I've lost all connection with the tribunal. Like, but that seems what we expected?
Yeah, it had to be. It was what me and Pat at least guessed on the Monday show. But I think it had to be more than an accidental concussion, I think, because it was like basically a violent act in my words, as opposed to an accident that caused injury. So
Yeah.
there's been so many accidents that have done 4 weeks this year, so it needed to be 5.
What's the Richmond person in the room's opinion?
I think 5 is very reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very reasonable. And I think that there's an argument that you could have given him more.
Yes, especially because Toby Green got 6 in 2021 for umpire contact. And obviously we do not,
Oh, that was the bump, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that.
So obviously players should not be making umpire contact. But it's 6 weeks for that. That was an AFL appeal. It was originally only 3.
Can I do a hot take?
Yeah.
Of course.
I got a hot take. All the commentary around Tom Lynch he's coming to the end of his career and he needs to finish up. I go the other way. I think he owes Richmond another year of helping their babies play in
I
the
agree,
AFL
yeah.
without being beaten up by all the big key defenders.
What's his contract?
I think he's out at the end of this year.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
He's not that old, though, I don't think. He's still like 31, isn't he? Same age as Stephen May.
Interesting.
So he could play on.
That's an interesting. Maybe he'll go and play somewhere for a year or two as well, though.
Yeah, maybe the Gold Coast.
Yeah, go back to Gold Coast. Yeah, you don't have enough full forwards. Jesus. The umpire bumping has been back in the news a lot as well. I've noticed this week. There's a lot of just seen peripherally people accidentally bumping in, and it's a thing again.
Yeah, Matty Rao does it again. He could get suspended.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're like really cracking down on umpire contact, even if it is incidental or accidental. And it's Rao's been fined a few times this year, so if it happens again, he could be actually suspended for a game, and his would be up there in Brownlow votes, you would imagine.
Just can I jump back very quickly to the chewing gum thing?
Yeah.
That's in photos. How do you feel about when people are shooting and someone's eating a fillet of fish on air?
Bad.
Yeah, was that bad? We got feedback.
No, I feel like the sound of someone eating is the worst sound in the world to me. I don't think you could hear.
No,
someone eating on
I
that
ate well off the
podcast.
mic. Thank you.
But also that
it's appreciated.
it's a different bun as well that allows it to be a softer bite.
No, it's because it's steamed, so they actually get the same buns
I'm not
delivered.
doing this.
Thank you, Marnie. Marnie's smart. Have I ever told you how smart your mum is?
I'm very smart.
That's a sting.
And also, just to put it in context, Andrew Gaff got 8 when he broke Brayshaw's jaw in 2018.
I was in Perth that day. There was a vibe. Everyone was like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, he's never come back the player he was. Like, that's really just...
Gaff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think really disappointing from Lynch, obviously, because you don't want to be punching people in the head. That is, I don't think I need to really elaborate on that. But just from like what Patty's saying, from like a leadership point of view, because you've got all these kids that are running around. It's actually a really inspiring year, I think, from a lot of these young ones from Richmond who've like got all these wins that they weren't supposed to get. And this weekend, like, he's leaving so many kids out in the lurch when he's supposed to be a leader on the field.
Yes. No, he brain fade or something. He should be playing the rest of the year. Bummer.
But yeah, Tom Lynch, Noah Bolter, really kind of sours the Tigers year.
100%.
Sorry, Patty.
You know that thing that happens with there's a great series on Netflix called it's called The Coach's Playbook, and it talks to coaches at the head of their careers and how they've gotten there. It talks to Doc Rivers and Jose Mourinho, but it also talks to the head of the women's basketball team. But it also talks to Serena Williams' coach in tennis, and I don't know his name well enough, but he does say with tennis players, he's like, it's hard for other people to understand, but tennis players have been told their whole life that they're so good, and they deliberately try to lose at points because they're afraid of losing and giving everything. And so they have this self-conscious belief that if they are the reason they lost inside, that's better than knowing that they were never good enough.
Right.
So they self-sabotage. And you feel in moments like this, when players do these brain fade moments, he's like, I don't want to, because he was having a shocking game and he wasn't going anywhere near the ball. Was he going in that moment, I just want to not play anymore. I don't want to, I don't want to be on this team anymore because I'm letting everyone down so much. So just get me out of here. He would never admit that. He might not even know it in his head, but that's my hot theory.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, psychology. Sports psychology is so interesting.
Oh, yeah. Self-sabotaging. Yeah, it's true. Like with Ben Simmons in the NBA as well, someone who's like been told every day of his life that he's a star. And then at a point where it's like, you have to look vulnerable and shoot the ball, he just went, no, I'm not playing. It's, very fascinating. Sorry, I tangented.
Well, talking about tennis and self-sabotage, 7 out of 8 Australians bowed out on day 1 of Wimbledon.
Who are the 7? Far out.
Poprin was the worst one.
Alexei Poprin.
Yeah, he should have really made it. But anyway, it's okay. We move on.
Demonor.
He made it through on day 2, which I was just worried because Australia was doing so badly and he came into the tournament kind of bad-ish form. But he's now to the second round, thank goodness. But like Tsitsipas walkover, Medvedev out, Carlos dropped sets, Taylor Fritz was on the ropes. Like, Wimbledon's in.
Is it the surface? Is it the surface being so different? I don't know.
Oh, would you like to talk about surfaces?
Yes. Sydney ones.
Okay. Fremantle coach Justin Longmuir added his voice to concerns over the SCG turf, saying it was potentially unsafe. Obviously, there was a lot of dicey moments in Sydney and Western Bulldogs match over the weekend with some players struggling to keep their feet and chunks of mud being ripped up, and it drew a lot of attention. You two talked about it, I'm pretty sure, on the Monday episode, and the AFL said they would get an independent turf consultant to look and inspect the ground. Obviously, we want as safe as we possibly can for players, but I think there is a difference between like visually what looks bad and what actually could be bad. I'm not a turf consultant by any means, but just watching other grounds this year that have looked like kind of similar, but also like you make the AFLW players play in swamps. Like I'm sorry, but there's just such a lack of sympathy that I give. Like obviously, I don't want to see Nick Blakey slipping over. That's not ideal, but I don't want like it to be an outrage when you make the women do it every single week, but worse. Like they had to play that game in Tasmania. Emma Carney got her first soft tissue injury of her career. It was during the condensed fixture. They were literally playing in a swamp. Like the photos of that game, they're in like puddles. She got properly injured. Where was the turf consultant there? Where was people showing concern about injury there? It just feels a little like to me.
Yes, they all should be at a better standard, 100%. Do you, are there in the W? Are there like notorious ones that are bad?
Oh goodness, I'm trying to think. I feel like Paddy's mouthing something to me, and I
Victoria Park.
Victoria Park had. I'm not going to swear again because I've already sworn like 4 times this episode. A sinkhole in the middle of it that they had to patch up 10 minutes before the game with sand. They
sinkhole?
had to fill a hole with sand like 10 minutes before this game was played. Good shout. That was honestly, and it's like, why isn't that even in the headlines?
I know the answer is going to be no, but was Andrea Bocelli there
Yes, did like the pre-entertainment
at Victoria Park?
Yes.
So that okay. Now I'm starting to see a trend. It's
Yeah.
Andrea friggin' Bocelli.
The Giants, very funny as always, have offered NG Stadium for Sydney to use as a home ground. But then after they did that, have Toby Green kind of taken the headlines because he said when they played at the SCG earlier in the year, he inspected the ground beforehand and decided he was going to wear metal studs. He said that on Tommy Sheridan's podcast, which was a line that Kane Corns would not say on the Agenda Setters. And he said he said it on a podcast. So, very funny.
A podcast. He said it on our show, apparently. That's great. Said it on a podcast.
Some podcast.
Yeah.
But Toby... So there was a memo that went out to all clubs being like, if players wear metal studs, you can be fined up to $40,000. And a lot of clubs were like, if you do that, that's on you. Like, you will be paying that. We won't be paying that. But that memo went out after after Toby would have worn these metal studs. But still, like, that feels like you're going to put your opposition at risk more, no?
I used to wear metal studs. They can they're brutal. I think Quainer a few years ago, sorry, triggering alert, but it sliced down his shin like to bone, and you could see all his muscle and stuff.
Yeah. And Toby Green's known for connecting with people's faces.
Oh yeah, he used to do a flat. He's the worst one to have.
Yeah,
it.
so potentially Toby, get the metal studs off, mate.
Yeah, I saw one tweet that was just like, if you don't want any player wearing metal studs,
Yeah.
it's Toby Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What else we got?
Josh Weddle may only be 21, but he's trying to relate to us in our over 30s by needing time away from work with back pain. Something I can relate after carrying this podcast.
Did you write that down?
I did. I actually wrote that joke down and then I didn't know whether I was going to say it out loud or not, but I backed myself in.
Yeah.
Good joke.
But I do feel a little bit bad about making a joke about it because this sucks. Like, I reckon he's best player after Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Tom was up all night with back pain.
I was.
Were you?
Yeah, up at 4 a.m, sadly.
Do you want to call out the bed?
No, it's not the bed's fault.
But you got a special bed.
Yeah, I bought a very expensive bed that I got a huge discount on. But I bought a very expensive bed because I thought it was my bed giving me back pain, and it was a waste of money. I'm very sad.
Well, I think give it to Weddle.
Give the bed to Weddle. Yeah.
Donate it to Hawthorn
Give the
Football
bed
Club.
to Wed.
Give the bed to Weddle.
Well, if you and Weddle swapped beds for a night.
Yeah. Could work.
Yeah. And you can bring your family and stuff, but you know, he doesn't have to look after your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe both your beds are better for you. Beds.
Would you like to know what happened to Weddle?
Yes.
So he has bone stress in his back. He is set to miss a significant chunk of footy. There's no certainty for him to return in 2025, but Hawthorn said they are hopeful he will return to play before the end of season. I assume if he is to come back, it would be within finals, but that is horrific injury.
See the one Geelong sniffing around?
I haven't heard.
Warple.
Warple.
Weddle and Warble.
And Worrell Adelaide.
Warple's a good player, but they won't miss him, I don't think.
Another day of the week podcast. I have an idea.
What is it?
Weddle, Warple, Worrell. And they come in
Wednesday?
here and talk about some footy shit.
On Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Yeah, for Wacky Willy Wednesday.
We could do it weekly.
The weekly with Weddle, Worrell,
And Warple. Or the Weddle, Warple, Borrow weekly.
Well, that's all I need.
Wacky Willy.
With Wacky Willy, yeah.
And did you also say while we're on Hawthorn that Justin Bieber shared Hawthorn's video about what is Justin Bieber standing on?
No.
Oh my God. I was like, it was one of those things where like, I'm just like weirdly proud.
Yeah.
Like I have
yeah.
nothing to do with this. And I'm just like, Justin Bieber shared out like the Hawthorns AFL video.
What were they doing?
So they just asked players like, what is Justin Bieber standing on? What is Justin Bieber standing on? Oh my God, you're so old.
Usher?
No, what is Justin Bieber standing on?
One of those funny bikes that ride.
Patty, what is Justin Bieber standing on?
The ground.
Are you
ground.
joking? Ask me.
What are you
Money.
standing on?
Business.
I see.
It's just not clocking to you. I'm standing on business.
Yeah, that's very.
Is that a lyric he does?
No. Oh my God. It's a clip. So the paparazzi came to him and he was on the beach and he had a go at the paparazzi. He's like, he's just not clocking to you. I'm standing on business.
Oh.
And now it's like a thing. Oh
Yeah, I
my
love that.
God.
Justin
We're in
Bieber.
different algorithms. But
Yeah,
anyway,
we are.
Justin Bieber shared Hawthorne's video of that and I was like, that's cool.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's fun. He follows Auntie Donna.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even cooler.
I can message him right now.
Okay, can you?
Yeah.
Ask him what he's standing on.
What, really?
Ask him if he wants to come on Wacky Willy Wednesday.
Yes, that's a good call, Marnie. I'm sure he'd love to.
Stand by. Oh, wait. I think he follows us on Twitter.
I,
don't have the
but he
Twitter login.
follows everyone on X, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I feel like Hawthorn just smashing the social stuff out of the park. The only thing that cooler this year, I think, that is Sabrina Carpenter put on her Instagram, Jack Crisp, the video of Jack Crisp playing Please, Please, Please to his kid. It was very cute.
Sabrina Carpenter
Yeah.
shared Jack Crisp.
Well, I think it was Michaela Crisp's video of Jack and their daughter.
Oh,
it was
that's cool.
so cute because she's just like, oh no, I'm not going to do a baby voice, but she's like, please, please, please.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah.
Jack Crisp. Is she taller than Nick Watson or Isaiah Dudley?
She's smaller than me, so no.
Wow. They're all good and small. He's 175 or something on something the other day.
You
Correct.
said that the other day.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. Anyway, sorry. Please.
Errol Gordon's back. He's so good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. And I'm happy my mum's happy because Papley's back.
Papley Backley.
Talking about injuries, Essendon have another soft tissue one. This is maddening. So over the weekend it was reported Carl Langford and Darcy Parish each suffered injuries during the club's Saturday morning session. In that Saturday's main training session, Mason Redman went for precautionary scans after noting some hamstring awareness. While he was cleared of any strains, he won't be available for selection this week and is aiming to return against Richmond in round 18. How many players can we lose? Oh, the great question, because Zach Reed will be available for selection, according to
Because he got injured
Essendon's
yesterday, didn't
injury. Oh no, sorry, that was injuries. That was Essendon's injury report yesterday, and then today it was reported that there's fears of another hamstring injury out of training on Wednesday morning.
he? Yeah.
So Zach Reed, Carl Langford, Mason Redmond, Darcy Parish.
Is
All
it
still coming.
is it kind of a blessing just like put them all out,
Tank it.
tank it,
Yeah, I want that. I want the new Dersma. What's his name?
the new Dersma?
Weird Willem. I want Willem.
There's a new
And I want Zane.
on 10. Yeah, but then also you've got the D's pick as well, which is going to be high. It's a good year for Bombers. You're the grand final is the draft.
Yeah, but we're going to win this week. It's an important clash.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, because I feel like Broden and I did our thing. You two did your thing, although we're yet to find out what that
It
is.
sort of just ended up being an argument about buns for weeks.
Are you gonna
I'm waiting for all the feedback. I'm collating it all into a thing, and then and then I'll decide what I want to get.
But
I'll get some.
isn't the point of a bet that I get to decide?
Yeah, that was the bet, was that you said Tom gets to choose it, but I
You can
feel like I
emotionally
can
manipulate.
Yes,
me.
but
You want me to get a fillet of fish?
No. Give me a top 5 and I get to choose.
Okay, great. I can do that.
how long are you gonna take to do your top 5?
Well, I'll say as well that person who does my tats is like one of the best they've ever said in town. So they're like booked for like 3 months.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I come? Because I want to get a new tattoo.
Yeah, but you want to get booked at the same time?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, all right. We
Mine
can-
will take 5 minutes. I just want to get writing with 3 words.
Fillet o fish.
Yes.
Broden is cool. Standing on business. Yeah, what else is news? Or is that the news? No,
Would you
no
like
news.
some really good news that is personal
Absolutely.
to me? Chloe Malloy is fit to play.
Oh, great.
She's coming back.
Hell
It's
yeah.
also like really worrying, I think, when a player does an ACL that's at the older end of their career, because usually you get other niggles when
Yes.
you're going through rehab. So the fact that we will see Chloe Malloy in action touching all the wood, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, congratulations. Captain at the moment? No.
Yeah.
Captain?
With, oh my goodness, Lucy McAvoy.
Well done.
Miles Bergman signed for 2 more years, so he'll be at Port till the end of 2027. And Colby McCutcheon signed for 2 years, so he'll be
And is there, I believe there's some,
the end of 2028.
there's lingering thoughts that maybe Butters does stay now. That's what I'm hearing.
We'll see.
I'm hearing nothing.
He's doing a Matthew Lloyd.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Carlton president declares Michael Voss is safe for the remainder of 2025, but won't guarantee next season. Yeah, because you two said that you'd expected him to be all over the headlines, but I guess he must be pretty thankful to Lynchy boy.
People got bored.
Yeah,
I did tell
it
you
is
that
a bit
Lynch
boring.
would dominate for sure.
Paddy did say that we'd get red cards. I heard a red card on Monday. Red card chat.
We had quite a lot of them, actually. I was about the SCG as well, and that's absolutely dominated. There was a bunch. We were quite on it this week.
Yep. We dominant. We're great.
Yeah.
We're so
stars.
smart.
Agenda setters.
Do you want to give us your top 5 players?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to release tomorrow my top 30 AFL players for the start of this, as of so far this year. So, and I'll obviously do that again at the end of the year. But
It's all Melbourne's list. Is it all Melbourne's list?
maybe I could go through.
funny.
I could go through. What should I do, Paddy?
Just give us a little some.
I'll read. I can read them all. I'll read them all.
Read them all?
Okay.
All right. This is the 30. Okay.
Wow.
So at
Can we ask questions or you want us to be quiet?
Please, absolutely. So at number 30, just sneaking in, I've got Jack Sinclair. I think he's been fantastic this year. 29, Josh Dacos has crept in.
Nah.
Sam Taylor at 28. Nick Blakey at 27. 26, Zach Merritt. 25, Keziah Pickett. 24, Toby Green. At 23, a fillet of fish. At 22, Jesse Hogan. At 21, Subway bringing back garlic bread options in their buns.
Agree.
At 20, the Max streaming service. 19, Caleb Sarong. At 18, National Pies. At 17, oil heaters for your bedroom.
Okay.
16, Petrarca. 15 is ABC uploading Media Watch to YouTube. 14 is Ben Keys. 13, Zach Butters. 12, comfortable shoes. 11, Max Holmes. 10, some of the performances in the pit. Some are fantastic.
Some aren't.
Well, some are good, but some are mind-blowing.
The Australian girl.
Yeah, I'm in a movie with her.
I know. It's very cool.
Lesbian Space Princess. Go see that when it's released. 9, Noah Anderson. 8, Aiden Johnson. 7, members rewards at cinema chains. So like a little upgrade on your drink. 6, Sam Darcy. 5, Max Gorn. 4, Max Gorn. 3, Banjo's Bakery. 2, and I'm big on this, Birds. And number 1, just Birds. And number 1, finding a good car park. So
I have some follow-up questions.
please.
One, when you say comfy shoes, can you give us some
Yeah,
examples?
sure. So I wear a lot of Vans.
Yes, but you're not wearing them today.
Vans are bad.
Oh.
As like bad for like my Achilles hurt. So I've been wearing comfy Nikes a lot lately, and for my old body, my
You
old
get orthopedic.
fucking, I will not. But they like a bit of cushion just changes the world.
Sure. And where was Nick Dacos in the list?
Well, he's not included. So
Well,
there
how
wasn't.
can Josh be higher than Nick in the top 30 players?
Will you
mate?
tell me what you'd take out for Nick?
I would take out one of the Max Scorns for a Nick.
I disagree. Tell me where there's any room in that top 30 who you would take out.
Well, I would also lose Josh for Nick, I think. I think that's a nice, neat swap.
I don't see it.
And also this year, I think track should have been lower. I think we could push Sarong up a bit higher.
Interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
But
That's good.
what do you say about Birds?
Birds at number 2, I can vibe with.
I would like to give a shout out to Banjo's, my favorite cafe in Bathurst. Every time you mention it, I'm like, oh, it brings me back to when I would never skip school at high school and go to Banjo's and
That's
get
so
hot
funny.
chips and chicken salt.
We would wag and do crazy stuff and you'd go to Banjo's and get a pie.
And
Is
if
it
I
the
got
Banjo's
caught,
chain?
I would just say I had to get tampons because no one's going to ask a teenage girl.
Yeah, that's
Any
the way.
follow-up
Fucking
questions?
smart. Fucking
I
smart.
used to
Play
do that.
smarter, not harder.
I used to do that too, and it didn't help me at all. Banjo's Cafe in Bathurst is not part of the chain, but I'm looking at it here. It's next to the Target, and it looks fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Is it the same branding, Broden? Like,
No, it's literally just, a rural cafe with iced coffees. You'd love it.
Oh, yeah, I'm into that.
It's got some nice stools.
Is it in a strip mall?
You can get nachos. It's next to Target.
You know what really disappointed me about the strip mall feedback is we got like 8 emails saying, yes, that strip mall's sick, and no other emails suggesting other strip malls.
Yeah. Our audience are predominantly on Bell Street.
Yeah, they really are.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, that's the news. And that's time to do a little thing we call, which we've done 18 times this year. It's tipping.
Tipping.
Just looking to see if my dad has any comments about me wagons. We're good.
Tipping.
Once the W starts in August, are we going to double tip?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, great. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Why
And
not?
we'll alternate. We can tip these ones and then these ones. That'll be good.
Yeah.
And then the men's will slow down when the finals will start. So that
Yeah, it'll be easier to do both.
tonight. And by the way, I was so wrong. This is a great contest round. So many tight games. Let's start with Thursday night. North versus Dogs at Marvel. The rain is apparently stopping in Melbourne today, which is great
God.
news. It is, the vibes in Melbourne are low if you're not here. Like, it's pouring rain and cold, miserable. But this is at Marvel. Doggies will do something similar that Hawthorn did last week against North, I think.
Can I say I wasn't too impressed with North Melbourne's performance against Hawthorn last weekend?
It was pretty bad.
What is this bit?
No, it's just football nerd says genuine nerd shit.
It's so cool though, like Gunston kicking 7 goals. Like when players are still like breaking their own PBs.
Particularly when you thought they were going to retire 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I think there's a way to do this round of tipping.
Okay.
Opt in if you're not going for the favourite.
Okay, I'm
that make
down to
sense?
clown. Yeah.
So Friday night, Carlton, Collingwood. Anyone not going for Collingwood? Well said. Friday at 8:20. We got a double Friday, which is fun. Anyone going for West Coast against GWS? Okay. Essendon versus Suns. Marvel Stadium. Anyone going for Essendon?
Genuinely, I don't know if I'd do the reverse Moz again, but it is a massive danger game. But I've said that about every game for the rest of the year. So I am tipping Suns, but I could see Essendon getting it done. No players, riddled with injuries, could just get it done.
So you're going Essendon?
No, I'm going Suns.
Saturday at 4:15, Geelong, Richmond. Anyone going Richmond? Exactly.
I like
Saturday
this podcasting style.
at 7:35, and you can yell at home, yell along if you're going to go the other way. At the Gabba, Brisbane versus Port. Anyone going Port?
Was Brisbane on a bye last week?
Yes.
I give him a slither of a chance.
This is great discourse, but you're going for Brisbane, aren't you?
Yeah.
Marnie, you're good.
Yep.
Saturday at Marvel Stadium that night, St Kilda versus Hawthorn. Anyone going for St Kilda?
I give him a sniff.
Yeah, but
Oh, no,
but you're
I'm
going
tipping
for-
Hawthorn.
Patty is.
Patty's going to go.
Paddy
Saints.
loves Saints. He thinks they're the best run organisation in the league.
Yeah, that's what I've heard him say too. Sunday, Swans versus Fremantle. As far as the public people tipping this one is the close one with 69. Nice. Tipping Sydney and Fremantle getting 31% of the tips. This is arguable. That's crazy that Swans are the favourites in this.
Yeah, this is worth discussing, I think. I'm really surprised that Freo is not the favourite.
I think the last two are really close games.
Yeah. I think I keep wanting to tip Sydney because they got so many players back, and I really think they can make a run for finals. But Freo love playing really far away from home and showing up. So I think Freo would get it done.
Yeah, this is the game. I would say I'm probably going to tip Freo, but I think Swans are back. It's not the Swans of old this season.
It is really just, oh my goodness, my brain just.
Can I say something really funny really quickly? Sorry to cut you off, Marnie. But this is the only game of the week we're probably not going to watch, Broden, because we're in transit. So the one close game is the one me and Broden won't watch.
Yeah.
Funny.
I'll go Freo.
I'll go Sydney. If Freo wins that, it'll be their 7th in a row, if I'm correct.
Whoa.
Really?
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, the only reason is because I was talking to Poppy Penny earlier today, and she was like, there's no way Freo are winning this. They can't win 7 in a row.
That's a good point. Yeah, like they're due for a loss.
Yeah, but she thinks they're always going to lose because she's just got that conditioning.
Yeah.
And then the last game, Crows versus Melbourne. Is anyone tipping Crows?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm tipping Crows.
But like Melbourne are great.
I'm going in full Adelaide get up, mate.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to this.
Yeah,
We're going to
I'm
go
fucking
over.
excited.
The Adelaide Oval people asked if we want to broadcast from the roof.
And we discussed it at great length.
We
I
said,
want to come.
At the end of the day, I decided I can't do it, but
Yeah.
maybe another time.
I would love to broadcast from a roof.
But you have to like
get up here.
We had to we had to go up like really early and like tether all the gear, and then it'd take a long time to get down. And we'd be up there for like hours in the end. It's like, I can't
I'd
do
love it.
and if Melbourne's losing, I don't want to
You don't want to watch it from the roof?
No. But I think Crows will absolutely just pummel us, and it'll be sad, and I'll be sad.
Sorry.
But it'll be good. Nah, that's what we want. We want misery. Does everyone's team here suck? No, your team's good.
My team is a major letdown.
Oh, not as much as ours.
No, that's true. But you guys have had
Tom's
past success.
going to be holding up the cup, going, but I don't like I don't like.
Not true. You know me. I just can't get my hopes up because I'll just get hurt. I think they've changed.
It's just like it's going to be.
They never change.
It's going to be another specialty bed.
Exactly. It's going to be another bloody silly posturpedic.
Can I ask how much you spent on this bed?
So it was like $3,000.
Whoa.
But they were doing like an end of financial year 40% off. So like it was still fucking expensive and I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But I was like, for my back, I'll make an exception. And then it made no difference. And then
That's
I
solid.
got the hardest one because I thought I needed more support. And then I sent it back to the factory, paid them money to make it the softest because it wasn't helping. And that didn't help either.
Oh,
So I was just like, okay, it's
sorry.
it's not the bed. There's better ways of testing if it was the bed. Like going to a hotel or something, like rather than
you'll do
spending so
that
much
at
money.
Adelaide.
Oh,
Won't
exactly.
you?
He's going to
At Adelaide?
swap. I believe we agreed he's going to swap it with Weddle.
Josh Weddle.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, you're giving it to Hawthorne. Josh Vinall.
He's going to show up with a different bed. Awesome. Well, anything else to add?
No, we're not putting anything on Essendon Gold Coast.
Should we?
I mean
yeah, let's
something
do
fun
it.
and silly.
Yeah, okay. Maybe a delicious treat that you can get me and I'll get you whatever you want.
If you
Okay.
if you lose,
Whatever I want. I would like an orthopedic.
Silly orthopedic.
you will need to eat something sweet, and he has to eat a fish.
A fish. Do I get to pick the fish?
No, because this doesn't work. Because if I win the bet, I want to have something sweet that Marnie chooses for me.
Yeah, I'll buy you something lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
And what will I buy for Marnie if?
Oh yeah, I
Essendon
just
win?
get something nice.
Can you reveal what you've been eating off camera? This thing,
Cherry tomatoes,
yeah, delicious. Like
just as a snack. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
really
get
good.
you a cherry tomato if the Duns win.
I would like something a bit more exciting than
No,
that.
absolutely.
Cherry tomatoes.
Is that we could say something like you get to choose a forfeit? That's what you do when you can't come up with a specific thing, isn't it?
choose a forfeit.
Yeah,
Why don't we just surprise each other with something nice?
Okay,
You know
great.
what I like. I know what you like.
love it.
Great.
Hell yeah, that sounds. That no one wants to get a tattoo.
Nope. Yes, I do, but not anything football related. Please.
3
I'll
words.
just come with you. Yeah.
Essendon are bad.
Gold Coast Suns.
Or what would you get? Gold Coast Suns.
I get Atlas. What's his middle name?
Why would we know?
Surely you know my son's middle name.
Thessaloniki.
Something like that. Why am I blanking on my? Oh, this is awful. What's his last name? Atlas Sahari. Atlas.
Atlas.
What's Acadia's middle name?
and Andronicus?
Arcadia Ethemia Zahari. So I know that
beautiful.
one. That's why I call it Ephimul. What is Atlas's middle name?
Broden?
Atlas Broden
Football.
Sahari. Atlas.
Get the fuck out of town, by the way, while you're thinking. I was looking at LinkedIn today. I looked up my own self on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And there's a guy in New Jersey, I think, called Broden Kelly.
I love it.
Can you imagine? A Broden Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be many
do
of my
believe that.
son's name, which is Atlas Artemis Zahari.
There you go.
That's what I'd get tattooed if I had 3 words.
Wait, you only Atlas's name, not Arcadia's
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know Arcadia. Barely met her.
You got to get to know his daughter.
I'm joking. Very much joking.
What's so AAZ and then Arcadia?
Is AAZ.
They're both AA.
AEZ.
A's.
A's.
All right, great.
That's cool.
Beautiful children.
We've lost the plot.
Really? Because you sent me a video of one of them throwing up on a Essendon.
Yeah, I got to ask my wife if I can post that because it's very
It's
funny.
Wouldn't be the first Bombers fan.
No.
Just be on the. All right. Let's get out of here. Enjoy the footy this weekend, everyone. I reckon the games will actually be better. That's what I was going to say. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something crazy. I reckon Carlton win. I'm just doing that as the last thing.
You're funny, Brody.
Collingwood are due for a loss.
Yep.
Desperately due for a loss. They look outstanding. I'm one of them crazy things.
They can just run.
Yeah.
Like
Who,
they can
Collingwood?
just outrun every team, I reckon.
Yeah,
There's
they-
no fitter team.
They wait up good. Yeah. Apart from Carlton this week, I reckon.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll get out of here. Bounce that pill. And thank you to everyone in the chat for sticking around. Good numbers this week.
So Dad and I had a bet on whether you, Tom, would go for Suns or Bombers this
Yeah.
week because Dad was like, he's for sure tipping Bombers. There's no way he's tipping the Suns.
You just can't tip the Bombers with that injury list and how bad you are.
Yeah, but it's just that you never back your team in.
Yeah, and I said at the start of the year that I would, but I didn't.
Tom, some
Sad.
bad news in the chat.
Yeah.
Someone said they went to Coles, Ivanhoe, and the grocery department's in shambles.
Oh, no. I'll have to go back. I've been thinking of going back. Take over. Show them what's what.
Pogger's stream, thank you.
I know they've had a mass exodus of staff there, actually.
Have they?
Little insider trading for you, yeah.
Oh.
Thanks, everyone, for sticking around. What's this new XP thing?
So I think the top chatters get to
let's go.
have XP.
Let's read out the top five. All
All
right.
right, top
So at
five.
number 5, Melissa, English.
Yo.
At 4, SN Live. At 3, Bayer, who's got a Stormtrooper diamond
Yeah.
helmet. Maple Dog is at 2. And then at number 1,
Top fan,
with 225 XP, that's huge XP,
isn't it?
is Greg Vinall, Marnie's dad.
Thanks, Dad.
And look, let's
And Dad and Mum watch it together, so thank you, Mum and Dad.
yeah, and well, yes, thank you, Mum and Dad.
Says top fans and XP, a place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. How do you get leaderboards? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages or send super chats and super stickers.
I want to shout out number 17 as well, Godwolf Music at number 17 with XP. That's you,
Who's
Tom.
that? That's not me.
There's some good, that's it. Yeah, everyone's getting their XP.
Everyone's getting their XP.
Anyway, shall we bail out?
Sure can. Good to see you all this week.
Enjoy the footy. Bounce the pill. Bye.